Hi, I'm Laurie with Colorful Creative Watercolors, and today we are going to make a watercolor journal. And this one is we're going to be binding this one with glue. So what I did was I cut down two 9 by 12 sheets of paper, watercolor paper, cold pressed, and I cut it down into 4 equal parts, and then each of those 4 equal parts I folded in half. And I kept the rough side of the paper on the inside. This is the glue that we're going to bind the books with. It's called pH neutral PVA, ideal for book binding and paper projects. And I will tell you, it works fantastic. It is runny, but it just works. I was just amazed at how well this bound this little journal. So I will show you here shortly how I did this. You're going to have to excuse I did the pictures because I did not have time to do the video. Anyway, so once I got them all folded together, I used the binder clips and took all of the 8 sheets of folded watercolor paper and put them all together and bound them up with the binder clips, because what we're going to do is we need to glue that spine where all 8 of those pages will be glued together. And then in this picture here, you can see what it looks like. You can see all 8 of those all in a row, all ready to be glued. Now, when we're going to glue, you want to be careful. This glue is runny, so you're going to want to take a thin, be very liberal. You want to take a thin line down and then smooth it either with your finger or a paintbrush. I use my finger. Be careful it doesn't go down along the sides of your pages, or you'll glue your pages together. You just want to glue the spine. So you're going to do that twice. You're going to let it dry, and then you're going to put a second coating on, and that second coating will do the trick of getting that all bound. And you'll know that it's bound because you won't be able to see your folds anymore on the end there. So then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab some cardstock, and then we're going to measure out our cover. And you can see what I did there. I have it all pencil marked, ready to cut. I have the spine all laid out in there, and then the front and the back. And then what I'll do is I will cut down along the sides and along the bottom. And you can see here, using my dollar store paper cutter, that I was cutting my cover. So, and then once you get your cover cut, then you want to make the folds in the spine. And I just used a ruler and folded it over and where I had my pencil lines for my spine. And then I made sure that they were nice and creased and ready to be glued. So if you do paper crafts, you might already have one of those bone. I can't think of what the word is for them. I don't have one. The ruler worked just as well, and so that's what I used. So then once you do that, it'll be time for gluing your book, your watercolor pages into your cover. Now the next picture here you'll see is what it looks like when it's all folded together, ready to be glued. So then what we're going to do is we're going to lay that down, and we're going to spread the glue just inside in that spine. And you want to do a thin line, and then you want to spread it out. You can see there where it's shiny. You want to spread that out with your finger, because if you do a straight line down and then you just lay your book spine on top of that, it might spread out into areas you don't want it to be. So make sure it's spread out just in that long area there of the spine. Try not to go out over the edges, or you'll glue your watercolor paper that you want to paint on to your cover, and that's not the result you want. You just want it to glue the spine. And then once you do that, you will put your book, with the spine you glued, on top of there, press down, bring over the flaps, and then let that dry. And I use the binder clips to let that dry. And it didn't really take very long. I think the whole process maybe took me an hour, if that. And once I was an hour had passed, I tested it and I opened each page of my book, which you want to do. You want to open each page just to make sure everything's all glued together. And there you can't really tell so well, but that's my book as it's open, and all the pages are glued together. And there's the finished book. I had such a great time making these. I'm probably going to make a bunch more because I love having these little pocket journals. They're great for when going on vacation or throwing in the purse with my watercolor pens. And I already started doing a sketch in mine because I am getting ready to paint in it. I thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you joined me. I hope you make one. Visit me at www.colorfulcreativewatercolors.com, where you can join my Facebook group, Watercolor Brushstrokes and Blunders. And stay colorful, stay creative, and have fun. Bye-bye.